edit that out of there. That's right. Well, thank you. Thank you for joining me. Here, you know what? Let me go into the browser. I think from there I can see. I can also see the chat. And, yeah. So here, let me just hear that back. What we just did. I think my oohs and ahs were okay. Let me see. That's kind of what I want to hear. Oh, come on. Now the chat is not loading. What is the deal? Seriously. What is the dealio?
Bubble, 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 Bubblecano.
Ooh, that was very nice. So, again, you know, not really knowing what I was trying to do, what I wanted to do. I just know I wanted to do a harmony in thirds there, but it really, as I'm self-tuning while listening, it gets kind of nice.
Bubble, 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 Bubblecano.
By the way, I heard a pop song yesterday. I've heard it a million times, but I heard it. My son was listening to it, and it start. You probably. Is it a Florida song? Florida. It starts out with like chipmunk voice. It starts out like that, and do you know which one? Hey, Paul Weaver. It's so funny you say that exact line because you've ever heard me talk about Uncle Grandpa? It's an animated show, and actually one of the guys that we had at the Animate CC launch, Mike Milo, he's animated on that show before. He doesn't animate regularly for it. He does a whole bunch of other things, but he's animated on that show, and there's a character on there, Mr. Gus, who's a dinosaur, and there's an episode that I just watched where he's talking to one of the characters, and he says the character's wanting to watch a zombie movie before he goes to bed, and he says, "Man, I told you not to watch those zombie movies." And he's got a really low voice. "Watch those zombie movies at night, they're gonna give you nightmares." So when you just said that, Paul, that's what made me think of that. Okay. All right. So once again, I can't see chat. Whispers, this is just, I wonder what are you guys using for, are you using external chat clients and things, or just using the native one? Because I'm kind of not loving this. So who's with us? So we've got Apogee, BVG, Krista, In a Galaxy Far, Far Away, nice to see you, Legacy indeed, LIWGECD, Mac Mickey, Paul Weaver, Pixel, TC, Taria, very nice to have you here, Web Kinks, and White Bombo, very nice, thanks. Thank you, gents and ladies, for joining. All right, so, you know, while I'm here, maybe I'll do a third quick harmony. And by the way, so, you know, this is, again, just talking about, like, simple things, and these aren't great. I'm doubling there. Oh wait, I want to be harmonizing, not doubling. One of the techniques that I will often do, though, and something you can do with just simple delay, is, again, just to kind of fake double yourself. Now, this is something that they did in studios back in the day, that they actually, Abbey Road built a box specifically for the Beatles to create this artificially doubled vocal sound. You can do it in a couple of ways. If you want to do it with a native effect here, this is just the standard delay, and with about negative 37 milliseconds on the left, positive 37 on the right, about a 75-65 wet-dry mix between the two channels. If you apply that to this one vocal right here.
Kano.
So no effect. Right? It's kind of hard to hear. Let me take it out again. No effect. With effect. All right. So, oh, Mac Yoda. Hey there. Yeah, Paul, if that's what you wanted to chat about, absolutely. Let me know. Yeah, CBR. Chatty. I've heard of that one too. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out which, you know. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, so I do the pop out chat. It's just sometimes it doesn't, I don't know. I don't know if it's delayed or what's happening. It just doesn't always seem to do what I expect it to do, and then it's, yeah, like there's delays and I don't know. It's like behind, and I don't know. And I want to be able to watch it. I want to be able to see what you're seeing, even though it's delayed, so that I know if there's a problem. And kind of hard to do that when I can't seem to always get it working. It could also just be, yeah, it's oh, it's not me. I thought you were saying it's me. It's not me. It's just crap. Okay. Well, that's good to know. All right. So again, now taking these very simple BGVs, which are very quiet too, very low amplitude, I would ultimately bring up the volume on these. I've got them panned about 25% left and right, but with the added stereo delay on them, take a listen now. And if we throw a little reverb on there. All right, friends. Right? So again, no effects. Where's our... These things are all squished. So no effects.
Bubble, bubble, Bubblecano.
And let's do the same thing with effects. It sounds like a butter commercial. It's all sweet. Legacy, you like that line? Yes. Right? You can borrow it. Just remember, copyright 2015, boodahjoomusic, BMI. But by all means, say that. Yes, that, you know, it's really funny. So that song, I've talked about it. That whole tune, that was, I dreamt it. I was flying. Was I flying with that one? Now I'm forgetting where, but it was a dream. And that was the very first line. And in my head, when I dreamt it, I was hearing myself saying that. So you call yourself designer? Yeah, there's no occupation finer, but make us proud. And try and fit it into a... I remember when REM did that song, What's the Frequency, Kenneth? And I had this... I was in college, and there was a professor of mine who's really into REM. And I don't know if the song had even come out yet. It must have been out already. No, that was early 90s. So he was talking about how he couldn't figure out how he hadn't heard, maybe I hadn't heard it yet. I don't know. And he was trying to figure out how they're going to melodically sing What's the Frequency, Kenneth? You know? Like what the notes would be to make that musical, because it's by in and of itself, like there's no rhyme or anything. So he was very shocked. You know, what the frequency, Kenneth? And of course it works. And that was kind of the same thing. So you it just kind of, it's a lot of eighth notes, but it all kind of works without being too much. So I'm very honored, Legacy. Thank you. A working illustrator. There's no occupation greater. It's allowed. It's allowed to have such a cool gig. Yeah. All right. So anyway, I don't want to spend a heck of a lot of time on this because I do want to talk about my new EP that's out today.
Shaman brain saving friends from Karianne. Bubble, 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 Bubblecano. Watch out for the lava, blow your bubbles to the sky. Save your peeps and save the tail, lest a shaman wouldn't try. Bubble, Bubblecano.
I actually really like that. Okay, that's a very rough mix. Perfect legacy. Hey, spread the word. Share the link. I don't even ask people to download music anymore. Just stream it. Stick it in a playlist. Play it once a week for me. Please. If you would be so kind. You know, what's interesting on there, too, is that that little 3-song remix EP has the mastered track, the finished track of Gather the Crowd. It has an instrumental version of it, also known as a TV track, and then it has my original at the piano, like woke up, had the song in my head, and recorded it demo, which is fun. Hey, Pixel443, yes, I do create music for games. It's something I hadn't done in a long time, and I started doing it again a couple weeks back for the Animate CC launch, and yeah, I've already got a whole series of things that I'm working on that are game audio related. Here, I can show you some of the stuff if you want to hear it. I can remember Bubblecano master session files, I think. So yes. All right, so let's see. Angbot. I made a really quick recording to see how bad the built-in mic. Yeah. You want me to check it out, Paul? You want to do it live on the stream? You want me to see if it's fixable here? Is it safe? If it's, I'm happy to do it. If you want to give me a little link. Hey, Mikhail T, how are you doing? Good to see you. So hey, Pixel, I'm trying to pull up the. I think it's this session. Has all the bzz, bzz, bzz. I think that's it. Spanish guitar. What is this? What is this? I don't know what this is. Spanish. Oh, was this stuff that we made? We made this on the stream. Oh, there's Spanish guitar. Twitter it's Beetlejace. But I was gonna say, if you want to do like a Dropbox link, I can throw it in the chat. CBR can let you post the link, Paul, and then I can just grab it from there. So here, Pixel, this is not what I wanted you to hear. This isn't it. Let's close. Wait, cancel. Close the session and its media. Okay. This is groovy. I do play all of those, Krista. Thank you. I do indeed. I was just, it's funny last night. So, my older son is going to be starting he's playing violin in school now, and they're doing trumpet next year, and I still have my trumpet. I played the trumpet in school, and so here, Pixel, this is some of the game groove that I made for Bubblecano, but in fact, this is not the fully mixed version. Again, some of these things changed. I recently reinstalled all my Waves plugins. It is kind of Donkey Kong-ish. So I was going for this whole, when we did, you know, the whole Bubblecano thing, that was all done impromptu on the fly on set. So I just immediately kind of heard this very 8-bit sounding. And those, again, that was a different, I don't know which kit that was. Oh, I love having the 2 microphones now. Why didn't I just do this all along? Because I'm a doofus. Let's see, what is this one? I can't remember which kit it was. Oh, but this isn't it. But this isn't a bad one. Like, you could totally see. Oh, there's some nice claps. Right? Oh, that's nice. Yeah, TC, Fruity Loops. Fruity Loops is great. And as I've told, I don't know if I've told you, but, you know, all the loops that we ship with, that you get as a CC member, you know, you can use them all in Fruity Loops. Yeah, Mac Yoda, you know, that's kind of the thing now. I mean, I went to Berkeley, and they even have now full courses in, like, you know, DJ remixing, you know, beat matching, all that kind of stuff. Oh, nice. All right. So, so this was, anyway, this was one of the bits of soundtrack that I did for that. And again, it's using just a really simple bass line, again, just played live and cut up into little looped bits here. Also had a little piano part on here. Kind of cheap, you know. I thought of a great one yesterday, and I'm pissed because I record everything into my phone. When I get like a music idea, I immediately sing it into the iPhone, and that's actually the recording of Gather the Crowd at the piano. That's actually it's filmed, and the audio is coming from the iPhone too, sitting on the piano. So I do this all the time. And yesterday I had this great idea. Again, it's sort of 8-bit-y sounding kind of track. And I was like, oh, where's my phone? I didn't have my phone with me. I'm like, okay, just sing it in my head. I won't forget it. I won't forget it. Some, you know, silly 2-bar melody. I I forgot it, of course. Legacy. Oh yeah, Legacy. Just CBR. I think just has to give you permission to post the link. You can do that. And Paul, if you are in fact, what's the word I want? Dropboxing me something. Let me know, or put the link in here so I can grab it. I'll just grab it from the browser. Oh, and this isn't animated vector titles. Oh, snap. I forgot to change my own channel's title. That's cool. Like I need permission. All right. So here, let me see. Oh, I can probably... Is this something we can put up on stream? Well, I guess the sound will get blocked. Okay, I'm going to look at it just real quickly on my the iPad here. Nice. Oh, yeah, okay. Watching Evil Empires. I remember that. Heavy Women. I remember that too. I think I definitely know this tune. Cool, man. Okay, thank you. Well, I will come back to that. Okay, great, Paul. Sweet. All right. So what should we do? Oh, so we're talking about release stuff. Yeah, of course, because I can do that here. So again, now this page that you see here, my dear friend and mod, CBR Network, who is on here right now. Please follow CBR network as well. Incredible audio and video production, a lot of imaging and social media production. If you want Instagram videos, all kinds of cool promo material, that's what CBR network does, among many other things, but you should hit them up. They just built this page for me in Muse, like, you know, in about 20 minutes. And so this is just showing you, this is the cover of the new album and EP. So it's 5 tunes. Pirate Teeth, Just Play Music, Toot Toot Monster, Put Your Pants On, I've Got a Bald Spot. It is everywhere: Spotify, Amazon, Apple Music, Rhapsody, all the various streaming and streaming services out there. And like I said, you should check it out. It's fun. And if you have kids, you should definitely check it out. It is music for kids, you know, so it may not be your jam, but it's also regular played music, and it's all played and it's all live, and it's kind of fun. So you may want to check that out. Something else that I didn't get to mention before, I forgot on the Adobe stream, but I'll do it here. So over this past week, and you can see I've only gotten 5 of them up there, I started putting together all of my Adobe streams and my own streams here on my channel up on YouTube. I made a playlist of the live on Twitch ones, so you can see what's in there. What I think you'll find interesting, if you want to see any of these, is that I went through and very painstakingly started indexing what's happening in them. So like this one, I kept this one kind of simple. So it's because it's about an hour and 40-minute stream. So there's a lot of talking and stuff going on before I actually started recording. So 13 minutes, track the drums, then the guitars, then the organ, then the monosynth, then cowbell, then all the vocals come. And that was like the last 20, 30 minutes of the whole thing, kind of mixing vocals and doing stuff there. So each one of these, and it gets, some of them, like I went index crazy. And yeah, you can see, okay, so more of them here. Again, kind of gives you an idea. Nice. Okay. Yes, she's a 9 or 5er. Got evil up inside. Right. Yeah, that's awesome. That's a great tune. Now that's going to be in my my head all day. Right on, Krista. Thank you. Look it up on Spotify. What time is it for me? It's 1:25 p.m. for me here in Mountain Time in the desert. You're off. Okay. Hey, TC, thanks for popping in. Always good to see you. Thanks so much. Yes, yes. Cool, cool. All right. Bye, Mac Yoda. Thank you again. Okay. So anyway, just pointing that out, that all these streams that I've posted so far, they're all indexed. You know, here's one where I really... So again, reviewing images, replaying the theme, making sound effects, different types of sound effects, starting with pops, explosions, blending, combining. You can see varying reverbs and ambient effects. Like, you know, tried to make it something that would be fun and useful. And in fact, here, let me get out of this browser, go back over here. Bubblecano. So here is
Bubblecano, animated shaman, great saving friends from a fiery end.
Oh, that's so loud. All right. Well, that was super loud. Sorry. Super loud for me. Anyway, that's Bubblecano. You should play it if you haven't already. It's a lot of fun. What else have we got here? Okay. So anyway, Paul, have you got that file for me? You got that link ready? What you got? What you got? So what I think I'm going to do is let me close this in-game music. Close session and its media. I'm not going to save that. We'll save this one here.
Bubble, 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 Bubblecano, and make the shaman great, saving friends from fiery end. Bubble, 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 Bubblecano. Watch out for the red hot lava, blow your bubbles to the sky, save your peeps and save the day, lest a shaman wouldn't try.
You know, I watched an episode of Fuller House last night. So I don't know, Krista, if you're familiar. Anyone in Europe is familiar probably, but it used to be called Full House in the 80s. John Stamos. Do you guys remember that show? Anyway, they just did a new version 29 years later, and it's really a very it's beyond wholesome, saccharine type of sitcom, you know, laugh track, the whole thing. But although I think there is actually a live audience, but there's definitely some laugh track in there too. I mean, it's cheese upon cheese. But I gotta say, I mean, I watched this one episode yesterday, and it's the first one, the pilot of this new series, which I believe is on Netflix, and Stamos does, and he looks amazing. So you gotta. Oh, of course you know Full House. Oh, good, Krista, I'm glad. Yeah. So I honestly, like, it was good. I mean, it was exactly, if you remembered it from back then, it was always, again, saccharine, just like cheese, smiles, you know? Not that there's anything wrong with that, frankly. You know, probably use a little bit more of that in this world that we're in today. Point being, though, they really recaptured kind of the innocence and the slightly goofy nature of it all, but in a very, I don't know, sort of friendly. I really thought it was going to be horrible, and I found myself not only smiling, but like enjoying the simplicity of it. So it was really nice to see. And even funnier was the fact that, oh, and you know what, Paul? Hold on. You may need to repost that 1 second, because I need to go into my dashboard. Hold on. So let me go into my dashboard here, so I can grab your link. All right. Can you just repost that again? Oh, Paul, you just left. All right. Wait a minute. Maybe I can repost it. Copy. I can post it to myself. Taria, you're taking off. Hey, you've you spent a lot of time on here today, so thank you so much for that. So great to see you. Have a good evening. Enjoy the rest of your night. All right. So let's go ahead and download. Can I just download this one? Just download it all as a zip. All right. Gonna go grab this. It's downloading. Here we go. All right. So I'll go back into the audition, as a friend of mine once used to say. It's done. So let's unzip it. There it is. Go in here, downloads, Beetlejuice, Paul Weaver. Okay. All right, so we'll wait for Paul to get back, but in the meantime, let's take a listen to what we've got here.
Hi there everybody, this is Paul Weaver. I'm just recording this to see how bad the microphone is on the laptop. Unfortunately, I don't have any alternative microphone, and I'm hoping to work on a little project which hopefully sometime this year I might let loose on everybody. Possibly live, possibly...
Fantastic. Okay. Hey, Paul. Good. All right. So we're here. And so first thing, of course, that I typically will do is, go right into the spectral view before I even listen, just to kind of see what's going on. And you can see and hear, this is kind of the bulk of your problem. You've got, and this is not uncommon, particularly with onboard mics. That particular frequency right there, you could actually probably isolate and zap itself. We've also got, of course, the harmonics of that, which are represented here and elsewhere. But you know what, man?
Hi there, everybody.
It's not that bad though. I mean, yes, there's room ambience, but overall the sound is actually pretty clean, and the noise is fairly confined in the sense that you really start. It got a little bit in the above 1K, but really really, this is probably it right here. So let's see so this is what I would do with that. Let's see. So we're going to find a nice little section. No, not a terrible voice, Paul. Please, you're listening to a guy, you know, singing live first thing in the morning, no warm up, drinking coffee. So, Paul, you're great. You know, I appreciate you wanting to share so we can work on it. So you can hear this little looped section of noise here, very consistent, no click or anything. It doesn't matter if you have a click in the loop, but it's a good way to know that you've got a very consistent, even selection there. So I might start by capturing a noise print on this. All right. Oh, you've got, oh yeah, okay. And again, having said just that, I might want to tackle these individually because they're so present. And remember, color is amplitude. So the fact that you're seeing this approximately 275 hertz resonance is probably telling you that, you know, it's worth zapping out individually. But before I do that, let's go ahead and do this. All right. So here's what I'm going to do first, actually. I'm just going to mark this section so I can remember this is where I had a nice clean sample, all right? Repeatable clean sample. And let's instead go to the beginning and focus on getting rid of this, okay? And we're going to start with this and its little friend down here. Curiously, though, you know what the good news, though, Paul? You don't have any 50 cycle hum. So that's good. That's like the most common. It's also easy to remove, but, you know, I mean, I even get 60 cycle pretty regularly if I use the onboard MacBook Pro mic. Pretty pronounced 60 cycle buzz going on through there, or hum rather, not so much a buzz. Although sometimes, depending if I'm on bad power plugged in, I can get some weird resonances. Okay, so you can really hear that very evenly, very easily. Let's go ahead and capture this noise print. And this is, again, we're using the destructive noise reduction. Select the entire file, although, again, it only will remove the frequency from which we captured that snapshot, so we don't have to worry that it's denoising something that isn't selected. You can actually even see here in the graph, because we're in logarithmic mode, the actual frequency range that we're removing. Probably going to do about 100% here. We don't want to use any spectral decay because I want this to be a subtractive type of noise reduction. So we don't want any spectral decay. We don't want this to attenuate gently. We want to just knock it out. So let's just go. I'm not even going to just quickly just do it. All right. And boom, gone. And once again, brilliance. Notice it didn't affect any of Paul's speech. Nothing. All of the attacks and transients. I mean, it's literally not broken at all, right? You can see everything that he did still consistent, but that 275 hertz hum is gone, okay? So that's the first thing. All right, CBR, see you in a minute. Yeah, no, Paul, it was perfect. Perfect that it was unplanned. This is great. So do you see what we just did? So first we got rid of the 275. So now.
Hi there, everybody.
So here, let me put it back in for a second. Let's redo. Here it is with the noise.
Paul Weaver. I'm just recording this to see how bad recording this to.
All right, and then redo the noise reduction.
Recording this to see how literally.
Okay, so the slightly higher version of that harmonic is gone, but now we've got to deal with these two down here. So once again, they're close enough. I might do these two together. So let's take another sample here. Okay, just like this. Let's capture a print, up to effects, noise reduction, select the entire file. We don't want to attenuate, we want to take it out entirely. All right, and now let's take a listen. And by the way, again, see now this is lower frequency. It didn't affect any of the initial fundamentals of Paul's speech. It's all there. All right.
I'm just recording this to see how bad the microphone is on the laptop.
Now already, Paul, if you're hearing that, I mean, this is already worlds better, and that's just by tackling the low frequency noise. I mean, you still have some of these other things going on here, which we're gonna address now. But let me just do two befores. So here's before.
I'm just recording this to see how bad the microphone.
And let's redo.
I'm just recording this to see how bad the microphone is on the laptop.
Yeah, Krista, it is. I mean, that's the thing. It is easy. That's it. It's like, once you kind of understand what you're looking at and where to find it, it doesn't take long to get good at doing this. Now, again, we've got this other noise that we want to, all this other mid-range stuff that we want to deal with. So let's go to our marked section here. Okay. And now, in this marked section, we could do a couple things. First of all, let's do a sample down here of this, right to around 80 hertz. Okay, so we're going to capture that. Once again, come back here, select everything, put this down to around 90%, apply. Get that out. All right, so now all of the low end hum is gone, but we've still got this stuff here. This is the stuff that we still hear, and it's kind of annoying right there. So I'm going to capture a print on this. Now this is where we're going to have to kind of listen and audition and play around a bit and kind of make, not a compromise, but this is where you might use this process that I'm going to show you, or you might try the adaptive noise reduction because the results will vary. Select everything, but again, it's only focusing on denoising, and you can see approximately 400 to 2K. Start reduction at 0. And because this is right in where your speaking is, you want to be careful about attenuating. You want to be careful. You do not want to necessarily subtract this noise because you're probably going to be taking away program content that you otherwise want. So I would suggest probably using about a 3 to 5% spectral decay. And again, that's going to, instead of just subtracting the noise out, it basically attenuates the noise based on the loudness of your speaking. It's still there, but it's just kind of bringing it down. And then when you stop talking, it decays away. So it's actually, the noise is still there, but it's brought down to a level where you no longer perceive it. And that's something that, again, you have to just sort of listen to for that. So if we start playing this back, I'll start increasing the noise reduction slider. If I start getting weird twinkly artifacts and things, I back it off, right? So you kind of want to show, you kind of want to be careful. It's always kind of a careful balance. There's a reason you have the two bits showing the same thing. The part where I select. I'm not sure what you mean. You mean, oh, why? 2 channels? That's it, because it's the left and right channel. You can also do selections, by the way, Krista, on individual channels. But you have to disable them in the edit waveform editing view. So like if I want to just make a selection on the right channel, I can turn off the left channel. That's why you saw 2 boxes there, though, like that. Okay. All right, so let's play this and start adjusting.
Just recording this to see how bad the microphone is on the laptop. Unfortunately, I don't have any alternative microphone, and I'm hoping to work on a little project which hopefully sometime this year I might let loose on everybody.
Okay. Now that sounds okay, but what it also revealed is that you actually have some other high-pitched noise, which we weren't really paying attention to before because the low-end noise was in the way. So now you've got kind of other stuff up here, which we can tackle. And this, yeah, that's not bothering me. I mean, again, and it's kind of purple. It's low amplitude. We could probably take a sample of this and zap it out as well. But here's where you might consider using adaptive noise reduction. And adaptive is really good for this kind of thing, Paul, because it's going to adapt to any kind of changes over time in the noise. You know, again, because you're using the onboard mic, your directionality is possibly slightly compromised, so it accounts for that because, right, when you're on a directional mic like this, God, I hate my forehead. The sound, the pressure is consistent, the bleed is consistent, but you know, if you're using a little, you know, pinhole mic on the laptop, unless you don't move at all, you know, it shifts, it changes, and the noise can shift and change too, especially if you're in just a regular room, a non-treated room. So let's take a listen here. This is the default setting, so let's just take a listen and we'll start playing around with it. It has to kick in, so you'll actually hear it start with the noise on, and then you'll hear it like almost gate the noise out. So take a quick listen.
Hi there everybody, this is Paul Weaver. I'm just recording this to see how bad the microphone is on the laptop. Unfortunately I don't have any alternative microphone, and I'm hoping to work on a little project which hopefully sometime this year I might let loose on everybody. Possibly live, possibly recorded in advance, I'm not sure yet, but I need to work out how everything's going to work on this computer. And I've got Adobe Audition. It's the first time I've used it, so
so you see I'm adjusting
how to tweak.
Adjusting the noise floor here a little bit. I readjusted the amount of reduction and how noisy it actually is. And to be honest, Paul,
all the buttons, or at least not as it is now. I learned how to use it 15 years ago. When it was
Cool Edit,
called something else. I can't remember what it was.
It was Cool Edit, Paul, and I was the original dude doing all the stuff for it. So that's pretty awesome. Do you know that's where Audition became Cool Edit because and I've told this story before, so its claim to fame was when it was Cool Edit back in the day, even in the late 90s, it was the most pirated audio software for Windows. But outside of that, it was also the #1 most widely used software at the BBC. It's like every person who was in the field with a laptop or any kind of portable machine used Audition. And that was kind of our initial claim to fame. And even when we were bringing in Premiere and all these other things into the video collection then, and trying to get broadcasters and stuff into it, when back in those days Premiere was not where it is today, Audition was the way in, because particularly in the UK and many parts of Northern Europe, it was already being used. Cool Edit was being used for all their sound editing and any kind of journalism, broadcasting. It's all done with Cool Edit. So anyway, so you get the idea. So at this point, we could keep playing this. I recommend, basically your reduce, noisiness, and noise floor are going to be kind of your main adjustments. You saw me adjusting the broadband preservation a little bit here to get rid of some of those artifacts. Also the signal threshold.
Developed it. But
see if you
I'm
what
going to
it'll
leave
do when
this
you
because
adjust
it's
that.
a minute now, and I think
Right.
that's enough of my voice for anyone to have to hear. Anyway, thanks, Jason.
All right, so we can apply that again. That might be a little aggressive, so maybe we leave a little bit more in there. All right.
Hi there, everybody. This is Paul Weaver. I'm just
Okay, and I'm going to apply that and give it a second to do its thing. Oh. Okay. And now, again, the crazy thing is here, if we, let me go ahead and I'll save this to A. All right. Let me open up the original. So here's the original.
Hi there, everybody. This is Paul Weaver. I'm just recording this to see how.
And here is now. We haven't EQ'd this at all, but here is the denoised version.
Hi there, everybody. This is Paul Weaver. I'm just recording this to see how bad the microphone is on the laptop.
Dude, that's legit. You're not even hearing any twinkly, squishy artifacts because you didn't really have any noise up here. that's when you tend to get very metallic-y. Now, there is a little, what I would consider sort of a boxy, slight comb filtery kind of sound, but that's actually the room. That's in the room. I have problems in this room here, which is why I've started to intermittently treat corners. And if you've noticed, can't really see, but different parts of the room have, I mean, I have a gazillion things of soundproofing, but I wasn't going to set it up in here because this is probably just a temporary studio space. But and then I have another piece over here. And then whenever I do an actual voiceover, I actually cover myself in soundproofing so that I don't get a lot of the reflection. So, oh, Paul, that's, yeah, you are in good company though, dude. You started as a pirate, because so did everybody. That's the thing. I mean, and it's funny. I was actually using a Mac when I joined Centrillium, who made Cool Edit. But I knew about it. I was a Pro Tools user, of course, and sound designer. But I knew about Cool Edit solely because I don't remember what else there was on Windows at the time. Maybe SoundForge was out then too. I can't even remember. But I knew about it because I was a super, like, you know, early days of the internet geek, and Cool Edit 96, you know, was the first product out there. And I mean, I knew friends who were on Windows who I'd say, get on a Mac if you want to do music. And that's what they used. And it was pirated. So, you know, I mean, I remember that. Different times, of course. And of course, we don't condone piracy. But totally, dude, I get it. Like, that's how most people got it. And the thing is, we were such a small company. We didn't fight that, you know. It was kind of like, cool, this is, in many ways, it was not unlike some of the things they try and do sort of virally today to make certain apps and things when they start out free and then there's pay an app. I mean, it was kind of like that. A little different, I guess, but similar. Lost space of a bungalow. Yeah, that's it. And if you've got any kind of arced ceiling and things, it can have some strange resonance. Anyway, again, now, Paul, this was also, I've got all this noise behind me. I'm not mixing this in my quietest environment, so I could definitely get this a little bit better.
Hi there, everybody. This is Paul Weaver.
But without any EQ, and I can leave it for you just like this, so we can add, and I'll happily send this back right now. You know, this is legitimate. I mean, add a little compression and just a little bit of EQ. And for this, let me go into the parametric here. Start flat for a second. Let me see if I can find, let's find where that resonance is.
Just recording this to see how bad the microphone is on the laptop.
It's very small.
Unfortunately, I don't have any alternative microphone. And I'm hoping to work on a little project which hopefully sometime this year I might let loose on everybody. Possibly live, possibly recorded in advance, I'm not sure yet. But I need to work out how everything's going to work on this computer. And
nice.
I've got Adobe Audition. It's the first time I've used it. So not 100% certain how to tweak all the buttons.
So now the one thing I'll say, so you can see I'm having to go around 7K. I was checking, you don't have any sibilance at all, Paul, so you're in good shape there. Street cred, early style, that's right. But here's the thing. Your mic, and you can see it, the mic on the laptop, it's not capturing really too much. You can see it's pretty healthy in 8 to 10-ish. But there's not a lot of transient activity that really even, I mean, it's pale. This really should be sort of reddish orange. It's a laptop mic, again, different than this here. So you don't have as much high end that you could be using otherwise for like clarity and things. But that's why you see here, I just pumped it up around 5 dB.
As it is now. I learned how to use it 15 years ago when it was called something else. I can't remember what it was before.
Yeah,
Adobe.
Right there.
Adobe.
And then I'd probably knock out, I can hear, sounds like around 500.
Got it, developed it. It was, I'm going to leave this because it's a minute now, and I think that's enough for my voice for anyone to have to hear. Anyway, thanks, Jason.
All right. So just a little subtle EQ.
Adobe.
Honestly, I mean, it's usable. All right. So I'm going to save this for you, Paul. I'm very grateful that you're here with me, and I'm happy to help, man. That's awesome. Thanks. So here, I'm saving it. Paul Weaver Demo 2A, and here, I'll go stick this, go to my desktop. Okay. It's 35 megs. I just realized I'm on the wrong network here. I'm on my 2.4 gig instead of the Gigablast one. So okay, just give it a second. It'll upload that, and then I'll stick this back in the chat. All right, sweet, cool. That was fun. You know, I was actually thinking too of maybe doing a stream. I know it's actually Sam Peterson, who's one of the guys who's on there right now on the Adobe channel. He does like a review thing all the time, and it might be nice to do something like that. I love that stuff. That to me is really fun because, you know, it's a challenge. It's live. It may or may not work. As I said, I don't claim that to be the best final version done somewhat quickly. And again, you know, and it's funny too. You guys heard it before when I was doing the performance, but here, just listen when I turn off the mic here, so you'll see how much noise that keyboard is making. I mean, you want to talk about noise, Paul, right? So, you know, I can't have any this whole rig right here. None of this can be on when I'm doing anything serious. And yet I've recorded those vocals that you heard, you know, all of that was recorded with all this stuff going on and then just denoised. And in the context of the mix, can't hear any of that. But it's definitely, as you saw, and that's where the training comes in, and you're very welcome. Gratis for today. No, I'm teasing you, man. That's the technique. It's really for the best result. And you saw we were doing individual bands quickly, though. I mean, it doesn't take a lot of time, but identify them sonically, visually. If you know it's a big problem, tackle those first before you try and do sort of bigger sections. And it's just going to give you a better, less artifacted output for sure. I guarantee it. So, cool, man. That's great. That's really cool. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, gents and ladies. Oh, my iPad just died. I'm gonna do just a couple more minutes here, and I think I'm gonna go have some lunch. I tend to forget to eat when I do these streams, and I just lost the chat again. All right. So, Paul, were you able to get the link? Grab it there. Sweet. Okay. And I really appreciate that, man. That's, like I said, that's awesome. All right. So, you know, before I was I was playing a couple of tunes there, and one that I really love, and actually the Tinty, who has since left us, she kind of inspired me to kind of make up a cover of this based on another recording that she had found. So I thought maybe I would play that out for you guys. No one's ever heard the I have a version, so it's Swee-t Chil-d of M-ine, Guns N' Roses, done sort of Louisiana blues style. 3/4, yeah. But more specifically, done in this kind of crazy piano arrangement. Now, you know, I just realized, you know what? It's probably not going to work so well on the keyboard here. Maybe, I don't know. All right, well, let me see. I don't know if this is gonna. This may not really work, but. Hey, Molten Scrot, how are you? All right, let's see. How are we? Oh, we've got mono echo on one channel. I chose the wrong one. Hold on. How's this? I really love these Abbey Road studio plates. This is one of my latest acquisitions. Doing all right, Molten Scrot. Making music, talking about my just released EP that came out a couple days ago. So you can see it here. It's called Just Play Music, available on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, and everywhere that music is streamed or sold. So, hey, Paul. So, anyway, I was going to record this song for you guys, and then I'm going to go eat. So let me see if I can find a good... let me see if it's going to work with this piano sound, all right? I don't know that it will. Leave that up there, because it just looks cool. Kessler Crane.
She's got a smile that seems to me, reminds me of childhood memories, where every day was as fresh as a bright blue sky.
All right, hold on. I got to mute the other one. Nice, Paul. All right, hold on. Wow, see? Such a difference when that's turned off, right? Okay. God, do I have to pee again? Well, I only peed the one time. Went that whole stream before and like, oh my God, I gotta suddenly go to the bathroom. Sell out. All right. So do we like this? You guys want to hear this? There we go. That's what I want. Let me see if this piano's better.
She's got a smile that seems to me, reminds me of childhood memories, where every day was as fresh as a bright blue sky. Now and then I see her face, it takes me to that special place, and if I stay too long, I'll probably break down and cry. Oh, 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 sweet child of mine. Oh, 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 sweet love of mine. She's got eyes of the bluest skies, and if they thought of rain, I'd hate to look into those eyes and see an ounce of pain. Her hair reminds me of a warm, safe place where, as a child, I'd hide. For the thunder and the rain to quietly pass me by. Oh, 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 sweet child of
very hard without a real piano. This part.
Where do we go? Where do we go now? Where do we go? Where do we go now? Where do we go? Oh, where do we go now? Where do we go? Where do we go now? Sweet child, sweet child of
Kind of effed the ending there. I ended on major. It's supposed to be minor, and then you... but that's all right. Oh, thank you so much, Sensation, Pixel, Code Base. Oh, yes, of course. You guys digging the live? Okay. From the new album. What are you thinking, Code Base? Paul Weaver. Ah, thank you. Thanks, Mikhail. Galderama. Hey, thank you. All right, so one more from the new record. Oh, God, that's what it is. I can't. Nicely done. Thank you, TC. All right, I'm going to reposition this so I can kind of read comments and sing on mic. What do you guys want to hear from the new one? So we've got I've Got a Bald Spot, Pirate Teeth, Just Play Music, The Toot Monster, and Put Your Pants On. Oh, Paul, that's very nice of you to say, man. I really appreciate that. Nah! That stuck note with the pedal thing? Oh, Just Play Music. Toot toot. All right. Oh, Legacy, you're still here too. Thanks. All right, is this too much echo, by the way? Do you need more dry signal? Or is the wet signal just fine?
You've got to just
Play music. I'll do a little medley of everything. How about that?
rock it out or jazz it or blues it. Dance it, trance it, just don't confuse it with the things that aren't played by human beings.
You've got to just play music. Oh, Legacy. Much love to you as well.
Toot monster,
Oh, I'm warmed up now.
toot monster. Were you eating some broccoli? Did you have some cheese? Were you eating burritos? Were they filled with beans? If you are what you eat from your head onto your feet, baby, that may be why not even nuns make me cry like the toot monster. What did you eat? You're tooting like crazy, smelling worse than food aminoreeds. What it be? Toot monster, passing gas. You're tooting like crazy from your big old rump. If you are what you eat from your head up to your feet, baby, that may be why not even nuns make me cry like the toot monster. The toot
spot. That's not all I've got. It's just a part of me that everyone can see, and that's that. Oh yeah, I've got a bald spot. That's not all I've got. It's just a part of me that anyone can see, but you have to be at least 5'3". But hey, I'm not even 5'1". Then you ain't gonna see it, son. Comb it over, comb it under, any way you wanna do. Slick it, slop it, flip it, flop it, cover it up, obscuring the view. Comb it over, comb it under, any way you wanna do. But if it doesn't matter to me, it shouldn't matter to you, and that's true. Put your pants on, put your pants on, put your pants on. Don't make me say it again. Put your pants on, put your pants on, put your pants on. If you wanna be my friend, put your pants on, put your pants on, put your pants on. Don't give me no, don't give me no. Before you eat your sneaky snack, put your pants on, put your pants on, put your pants on. You better cover up that crack. Put your pants on, 'cause your daddy told ya. Put your pants on, put your pants on, put your pants on, put your pants on, put your pants on. Pants on, put 'em. You got your pants on, put 'em. You got your pants on, put 'em. You got your pants. Put your pants on. Put your pants on, put your pants on, put your pants on. Put 'em on one leg at a time. Put your pants on, put your pants on, put your pants on. There ain't no need for your crying. Put your pants on, put your pants on, put your pants on. When you're leaving your home, put your pants on, put your pants on, put your pants on. Chaussez votre pantalon. Put your pants on, 'cause I told you twice now. Put your pants on, put your pants on, put your pants on, put your pants on, put your pants on. You gotta brush 'em so you don't get pirate teeth. You gotta brush 'em every day so you don't get pirate teeth. They will fall out of your mouth and it will be quite a scene, turning multicolored yellow, brown, and shades of green when you have pirate teeth. Har har, when you have pirate teeth. Scurvy's not unnerving when you have pirate teeth, because you help yourself to servings of whatever you please. But without a daily dosage of your vitamin C, you'll be whistling Dixie through a gap as wide as the sea when you have pirate teeth. When you have pirate teeth. But the effects are reversible if you eat your fruits and vegetables. Yes, the effects are reversible if you brush them twice a day, morning and night. You eat your fruits and vegetables, get your vitamin C and brush 'em right. Oh, sorry. The effects are reversible if you eat your fruit
fruits and vegetables.
Candy's not a vegetable.
As the effects are reversible. If you're brushing twice a day, morning and night, you eat your fruits and vegetables. Get your vitamin C and brush them right. You got to just play music, rock it out or jazz it or blues it, dance it, trance it, just don't confuse it with the things that aren't played by human beings, 'cause you've got to just play music.
All right. All right, well, there you go. Well, everyone, thank you so much. It's been awesome having you all listening. Hope you've enjoyed it. You know, maybe I'll leave you with one more. I don't know if this is, again, this needs piano. I'm gonna break this. Oh, Paul, that's a fantastic endorsement. Thank you. Apogee, thank you. Thank you, Codebase. Thank you, Molten. Okay. One of the songs that I wrote way back in the day when I was a songwriter back in Nashville, a long time ago. One of the first songs I ever published, actually.
Karianne, I wanna be your man. I should be working on moves, shining them shoes, coming up with some kind of plan. I haven't got a lot of money, honey, love is all you need to make it last.
Hey, Mikhail, have a good one.
Every day I catch a glimpse of your beautiful smile, so I get myself together, which can sometimes take a while. I can feel my heart a-pounding, this I can't deny. I simply fall to pieces from that sparkle in your eye. I wanna take a hold of you and rock you in my arms. Trust me, little darling, I'll do you no harm. Karianne, I wanna be your man.
Oh, hey, Moffat. Are you there in Music City?
I should be working on moves, shining them shoes, coming up with some kind of plan. I haven't got a lot of money, can you find it in your heart to understand? Just tell me where you wanna go and what you wanna do.
Oops. I see, I ran out of keys.
Just tell me where you wanna go and what you wanna do. We'll party hardy all day long until the night is through. And when the night is over and I'm giving you a kiss, I can tell you that it never ever gets better than this. So put your arms around me and let you squeeze me tight. I don't know if it's wrong, but I know it feels right. Karianne, I wanna be your man. I should be working on moves, shining them shoes, coming up with some kind of plan. I haven't got a lot of money, honey, love is all you need to make it last. I haven't got a lot of money, honey, love is all you need to make it. I haven't got a lot of money, honey, love is all you need to make it last. Karianne. Ho! Karianne. One more. Karianne. Ho! Ho!
Oh, Moffat, that's awesome. Yep. I used to work on the road myself. Used to hang out at Sammy B's after a long day of engineering at Emerald, which I think is long gone, Emerald Studios. Used to do a lot of contract work in Masterphonics. I know they're still there, I think. And Digital Atomics. So that was, yeah. God, I probably worked in about a half a dozen studios when I was out there. And I lived there for about 3 years and made a lot of country records. Ah, Paul Weaver, thank you very much. All right, everyone. So, again, thank you so much for joining me today. And Tommy Dorsey is definitely a name I remember. I wouldn't say I know him, but I definitely know the name. When I was there, Glenn Meadows still owned it. I don't know if he still does. This is actually an unreleased McCartney song, written in the Beatle days. Kathleen, hey! Well, you just missed a whole bunch of performing. I was just about going to go eat some food. And before that, hey, Pixel. I will probably not stream. I will stream again on Monday. So I'll be back Monday, 9 a.m. Pacific time on the Adobe channel, and then here on my channel right after that. So, yeah, no, different Tommy Dorsey. Code-based, right. So yeah, Pixel, I don't think I'll see you tomorrow, but definitely Monday. Dang, enjoy that food. Thanks, Kathleen. Yeah, I was saying, I realized I've noticed that since I started streaming, I guess it's kind of good. I just totally forget to eat. I don't forget to drink water. I drink a ton of water and coffee, but you know, that's more my desert surrounding. That's a necessity. All right. Well, hey everyone, thanks again. And have a great weekend, whatever you do.
Have a great, great weekend. Whoa.
Oh, Paul. It's enticing, my friend, but I feel like I'm gonna fall if I don't eat. And there's probably a lot of email waiting for me since I've been streaming for the last 5 hours. Or 4, rather. You know, it's funny. I really need to kind of also finish that Moog doc, but yeah, that can wait, I guess, a little while longer. Whoops. Let me play that again for you. For saying that. Well, I hope the stuff I showed you you'll find useful. So yeah, definitely, yeah, oh, that would be great, Paul. Yeah, keep me posted. I'm I'm sorry I'm not coming to the UK anytime soon. 1 year ago I was out at BVE. I don't know if you're outside London, but yeah, that was just a little over a year ago. All right. Everybody have a great rest of your Friday. Hold on. Let me switch mic again. And again, really appreciate you guys sticking around post Adobe stream. So now back to finishing the Moog doc. I think I'm going to finish grading it post lunch. And Monday's stream, yeah, I think we'll probably do a bit more grading, probably do a little bit of Lightroom as well, and a little more After Effects. So it'll be video on Monday, and I think Friday's going to be the chill and music day. I think I've just decided that. So, all right, guys, have a good one, and keep looking for the chat. It's over here. And I will see you again soon. Thank you so much. Thanks for following me here on Twitch, and